What is good, everyone? It is Mark here. So glad you found us over on Weekday Wagers, where we try to bring you in about 15 minutes our best plays for tonight. Give you a little breakdown. We had a hell of a hockey game last night. We want to cover that with, there is nobody that can cover a hockey game the way that our guy, Robbie Hockey, can. Robbie, let's jump right into it. I mean, there's so much to cover today. Let's start with, what's the word for today?
Pathetic. The Oilers are pathetic, and Connor McDavid's excuse for why they're pathetic is also pathetic. I mean, he is the leader of your team, and his best excuse is you haven't seen our best hockey yet. Well, Bubba, you've played them 10 times already. When are you going to show us your best? Because last night, if that was your best, you're done. Go ahead and get your golf clubs ready.
Wow. Let's talk about last night, because there were so many things that unfolded. And I know, we had done our game 3 preview, and we're both kind of interested in how that was going to unfold and take place. One of the things that stood out for me was the lack of discipline that the Oilers really showed against this Panthers team. They kept trying to goad them into fights, goad them. And all they ended up doing was going straight to the penalty box and preventing, just creating opportunities for the Panthers to take advantage of. What stood out for you last night as you watched game 3?
Well, it was how you and I were talking about Stuart Skinner, where they turned him into the Stuart Skinner we all know. Like you said, they would freeze him, and then that back door would be wide open. And you want to talk about a real leader's response? How about Matthew Tkachuk when he came out and said, sometimes you have to get punched in the mouth to win a Stanley Cup? And he took more than one punch to the mouth last night and didn't retaliate.
Yeah, it was a little odd seeing him in that position. There was one point, I believe it was in the late second, early third period, where he was standing in front of the goal, and 3 guys, the goal, and I believe it was Pickard. So it must have been the third period. Yeah, so it was the goalie as well. But 3 Edmonton Oilers have him corralled and are taking punches on this guy, and he didn't fight back, didn't do anything. And it wasn't really a sign of weakness. It was just really making sure he didn't put himself in a position where he could create an opening for the Oilers. I was stunned by that.
Goes back to coaching. You asked me in game 1, who would you rather have, Knobloch or Maurice? Maurice, because he has them ready, and they know what they have to do under him. Do you think Paul Maurice at the end of that game would come out and be like, well, shucks, we just haven't played our best hockey yet? No. He would have come out and lit a fire under those guys' butts, and it would have been a totally different response than what he gave last night.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, Tkachuk coming out and saying something like that as the leader of the team, to say, hey, listen, no, honestly, we're going to be better. I think it really does set the tone for what's to come, game 4 and game 5. But we will have another. If you didn't catch game 3's preview from Rob and I, you're missing out, because I do have to tell you, we brought receipts. And when you look at the scoreboard, it reminds me of the St. Patrick's Day parade with all that green marching down in a straight line. I love that. As you can tell right down the screen, we will have our preview dropping Wednesday, June 11th at 7 p.m. at Coach & Company. We will get that out, make sure that you have plenty of time to review it, find out what our plays are on, what we're looking to do, and kind of set up, because we know we're having a game 5. It's going back to Edmonton for at least one more. What needs to happen in game 4 and in the way that we see that breaking out. So make sure you tune into Coach & Company on the YouTube channel for that. You're already here because you found us here at Weekday Wagers. But Rob, I could talk hockey with you all day, buddy. What do you want tonight?
Yeah, so going away from hockey, since there obviously is no hockey tonight, we're going to put the kettle on and go for Ketel Marte, 2+ total bases at +110. Look, he's cleared this in 4 of his last 9 games versus right-handed pitchers, and he's gone yard in all 4 of those games with 5 home runs. The guy is just a machine against right-handed pitchers right now. He is a switch hitter, but he definitely favors the right-handed pitchers more. Logan Evans, he hasn't been terrible. He's 4-2 in his last 6 starts, but in those 6 starts, he's given up 6 home runs. We got great weather tonight, and I think it's a good night to tell Ketel Marte for +2 bases at +110.
I like that spot. I really do. He's one of the guys that has been heating up and really supplying the offense for Arizona. I love that spot for him. I am going to the hard court, and we're going to take the Chicago Sky first half team total under 35.5 at -112. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when we peel back the layers on the Chicago Sky's offense, yes, I'm not going into my Angel Reese material. Okay, we've all heard it. We've seen the memes, the me bounds. Yes. Outside of that, when you peel back the layers on this offense, it's very, very misleading, especially in the first half. Chicago's played on the road 6 times. 4 times this season. 32, 39, 44, and 46 is what they've scored in the first half in their road games, which is an average of just over 40 points in the first half. 3 of those overs, however, came against Phoenix, Dallas, and the LA Sparks, the 3 worst defensive teams in the league. Whenever that defense tightens up, Chicago stalls at 32. They did it in Indiana, against the Fever. Bring in the New York Liberty, the reigning champions, I should say. Their first half points that they've allowed, 33, 29, 37, and 28. The 37 was an outlier. It happened against the Golden State Valkyries that they just took them way too easy, and they didn't end up winning that game. But that's an outlier. I'm not worried about that. That's an average of just under 32, 31.8 to be exact. Only once did they allow that 37. When you break it down even further, and I'm not going to throw numbers at you, the whole thing, you're still staring at just under 31.6 points is what they're averaging for the first half. Nearly 4 points under where that line is set. I think it's too high. This game flow really favors the Liberty with the chess match. I don't think we're going to see Chicago Sky getting out into transition. And by the way, as a little bonus bet, there is a offshore wagering location that allows you to wager on Angel Reese to miss her first field goal attempt. I believe it's still at -145 or -150. It has cashed in all 7 games this season. So if you have access to that, I believe it rhymes with my lookie. And there's that. So, little bonus bet, if you will. Speaking of bonus bets, let's get past Angel Reese and everything else. Let's get to the favorite part of the show. The Daily Dinger. Yeah. These 2 guys Aaron Judge and Ohtani seem to be just living on this list, and it's rightfully so. I mean, these are the 2 hottest home run hitters in the league. They should be on the Daily Dinger list every day. But we have Helio Ramos, Will Benson, and put the kettle on Marte. Robbie, who do you like and why?
Speaking of bonus bet, Sam Reinhart scored a goal last night as well. I gave that out yesterday. But that was yesterday. Today, I'm just going to stick with Ketel Marte at +550 at MGM. And he just mashes the 4-seam fastball. He's hit 6 home runs off that pitch this season. It's one of Logan's favorite pitches. I just think it's going to be Ketel's night. Also, like you were talking about Aaron Judge, he's going to face Noah Cameron today, who's a really, really good rookie. But I did get to see what Aaron Judge did to rookies on Sunday, and if that tells you anything, he should go off as well tonight. One more little stat. Me and Preston have this ongoing thing where I take the guy that he was on the day before. Usually I cash, and no disrespect to Preston. It's just a trend I'm going to keep playing. He was on Marte to go yard yesterday, so I'm just going to keep that trend going as well.
I don't think there's anybody bad on that list today. I really don't. I love, whether it's Judge or Ohtani, they always seem to be good to go yard at any point in time. But I am going with Will Benson of the Cincinnati Reds. No, just kidding. I'm not. I am going with Helio Ramos. Why? I was going to go with Will Benson, but I love Helio Ramos. And producer man, you just sealed the deal for me. I'll show you why in just a second. The wind is blowing out in Colorado at 16 miles an hour. Helio Ramos, dead pull left-handed hitter. I love him to go yard, especially at elevation. I changed my bet last second, Rob. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. I like both of those guys. Benson is a good matchup too.
No, I thought I would go with Benson. Benson's faced Slade, Ciccone, right? Was it Ciccone?
Sassoni.
Has faced him 8 times, 4 hits, 2 of them are home runs. I think that's a great look as well. But as producer man says, he'd go with Judge, but Helio's name is so damn fun. You're damn right. And we do have Joe. It's been a while. So glad you found us. Glad that you're in.
Hope you're doing well, Joe. It's been a minute.
Taj.
Look at Taj. Let me shout out Taj. He called it last night. He said Brad Marchand to score the first goal, and man, did it ever hit. Taj, I did tell you, buddy. So thanks for the cash.
That was a great call. Great call.
Great.
And your Conn Smythe, Brad Marchand at plus 5,000, starting to look pretty good. Pretty good. And yes, I think Kimberly White says it all for us when it comes to Angel Reese. We are all over her. Yes, absolutely. She also has, liking the Benson picks.
CES has been going off. I couldn't tell you his full name, but I know who you're talking about. Every time I see a notification on my phone, he's hitting another home run. So that's a good shot call as well.
I like it. You have the endorsement there. Rob, tonight, we don't have a whole lot. I mean, we have a full slate of baseball, a couple of WNBA games. Anything that you're looking at in particular tonight or kind of got an eye on for tomorrow?
I'll be watching baseball, but also I'll be kind of looking at Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final tomorrow, kind of figuring out where I want to attack, what edges I want to attack. And hopefully tonight I won't be pulling up a toilet and pulling out a Star Wars action figure from last night. So little behind the scenes, I had to watch the game on my iPhone while doing some plumbing work.
Yeah, I think we've got to find a way that we can make our text change public. And the minute that started to come out of my mouth, I thought, no, that's a really bad idea.
Probably not.
All right, scratch that. Yeah, we'll just give you the behind the scenes glimpses every now and then because that's, yes. But the text chains tend to get a little hilarious at times. For me, I am looking at a couple things. I want to see secretly the San Francisco Giants have been very quietly moving up in the NL West. They're on a 5-game win streak. They've got a great matchup against Colorado, the worst team in the majors right now. Want to see them continue to keep their foot on the gas pedal. No letdowns against a weaker team. Also, am very interested in this New York Liberty game. I would have said Indiana Fever, but Caitlin Clark is still out. She's not looking to return until the 14th. So my eyes are shifting to this Liberty team and wondering if there's anybody that's going to be able to beat them this year, or do they run the schedule undefeated?
Hey, before we go off, how has the model been for WNBA plays? Because I think it's been hitting
wow.
a pretty great rate, correct?
Yeah, so the WNBA model, when you look at the projected scores, overs, unders, and the winners, the money line winners for the WNBA have hit at 86.3%. I can tell you the one team that everybody, if you haven't got this team on your WNBA radar, shame on you. It's the Golden State Valkyries. They're the expansion team. They were my play last night. And by the way, they won outright. They didn't need the 7 points. They won outright at a plus 249 to win on the money line. So they are a sneaky good team that people are not taking seriously, and they're making people pay. So, the model did not have the Valkyrie, which is what I was going to say. The Valkyrie had been the thorn in the model side, so to speak, because they keep upsetting everything. But the WNBA model's been hot. The MLB model continues. The run line model continues just to smoke them. Get on over. Use code BTT30. Sign up 30 days for free. And by the way, it's not just the model that keeps hitting. Rob, you posted a 736 parlay last night that cashed as well?
I did. I had one MLB play, and it was they had a hit runs RBIs boost at DraftKings. So I put 4 guys together to get 2 hits runs and RBIs. All of them cashed that out. Nice hit. I think Sunday it was like a plus 1,244, just a hit parlay. So I know DraftKings tonight has a no sweat $25 bet. So I'm going to look to probably explore one of those avenues to use that tonight, and I'll get that out on the site along with the boost for the daily or the Dinker Tuesday. I'll get some of those boosts on the site later on today as well. Yeah,
perfect. Because we have all the latest AI model driven the prop sheets for the Major League Baseball. So if you haven't seen those, like that's the strikeout props, hit runs, RBI, and hitter props. All the hitters are, I think, 80 to 90% over the last 10 games and have current streaks. So get on over there, check all that stuff out. In addition to the no run first inning, yes run first inning, that has been killing it as well. Look, it's great. What do you want me to say? It's like my kids. Everything's doing fine. Get on over, find out what all the excitement is. Be part of the largest and the fastest growing community in this space. And I do mean the fastest. It is astonishing to me. And thank you to every single one of you that has signed up and joined. I can't tell you how much we all appreciate it. It's humbling. And when you see the way that this is expanded and the attention that we are getting nationally, it is humbling, and I am extremely, extremely grateful. I can't thank all of you enough. So with that being said, that's a great spot to end it. Rob and I take that back. Weekday Wagers will be back tomorrow with the Dirty Dirty, the man from the Dirty Dirty, Mr. Charles Michel, and I will be doing some live betting for the MLB. I'm going to try to pick his brain a little bit and get more into this soccer thing that I know very little about. But make sure you join us tomorrow, 2:00 Eastern time, right here on Coaching Company. If you're not watching, you are already behind. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day. Be kind to one another. And let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.